to the Neal and Neal podcast. On Neal's burping. I like how you give, because Neal always does a clap so that we can sync up the audio and the video, and he goes, I think I got a burp.
it was the shock of the clap.
You Hulk smash bubbled your.
Yeah. It just comes up sometimes.
Yeah, it happens. Shit happens. It happens.
Oh yes.
With shit. Speaking of shit.
Yes.
So we didn't record last week, even though we told everybody we were.
It happens. Super Bowl prep got a little crazy.
Super Bowl prep, and then
life of
an accountant.
Yes.
You know, one thing
gladly got out of.
Yeah, you got out of it. I'm still in it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing they don't tell you in schools is your first week of every month is going to be blocked off. You're going to have audit season. You're going to have year end. You're going to have crap that blows up that you have to fix. And sometimes you got to work. And I worked. And that's why we didn't record.
Oh, yeah. Man, whenever I do those panels, man, because, you know, I do those panels over at SFA once a year to talk to accounting students. I do say it gets to a certain point, you're fixing other people's mistakes. So much of it is like, this guy over here screwed up, this person over here screwed up, but they all merge into your stuff. Yeah. And so now you got to figure out how to work around it and correct it.
I mean, you don't get me wrong, you can make a living in accounting. If you're good at it, you work your way up, and you just understand that this is going to be your life.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, there's problems with every profession has its issues. It has. I mean, that was the one thing, man. I was an accountant for a while. When I got into general accounting, I was just like, God, every fucking month.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it is, you know, it's good money. Yeah, you can make good money.
That's true. That is definitely
now,
true.
Speaking of professions that have their ups and downs, being a rapper from Canada is definitely
it's definitely on a down mark right now.
Yeah, because if you didn't see, we're gonna fill you in. Speaking of the Super Bowl, game sucked. Game was trash. Didn't care. Eagles won.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. It was one of those Super Bowls where going into it, everybody was like, this was every argument that I heard about the Super Bowl. It was like, the Eagles on paper, they're the better team, but Patrick Mahomes, I was like, yeah. Like, can you ever really count out Patrick Mahomes? And, I mean, because they've been kind of trash. No, I shouldn't say trash. I mean, they have not played well all season long.
They lost 2 games all season, I think.
Yeah, but it was one of they would play bad. Then Mahomes would pull it out in the end because the defense would keep them there. That was their entire season.
And that defense did not show up for that Super Bowl because the Eagles were just, every time we'd look, it'd be 6 more points, 3 points, this kick, that kick. It was a lot. But nobody cares. What everybody cares about was that halftime show.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Kendrick Lamar. Man, he killed it on that show.
See, okay, thank you. Because I have heard other podcasts and multiple people talk about, it was an okay show. I feel like it could have. I was like, what? I don't understand what they were doing.
Everything I wanted to see. I was tired of all, like, I go back to when Prince did his halftime show. Prince had some stuff. Like, he didn't have all the platforms and 100 feet up in the air, but he played his bangers, and it was a great show.
Yep.
That's what Kendrick did. Yes. Except little extra, little extra. What do they use? A little
Easter eggs.
All seasoning.
Yeah, all spices on there.
Now, what's the Canada shit? Isn't it all seasoning?
I have no idea what they use.
Talk. I'm gonna look it up.
What the hell is all? I know they've got their own Starbucks, like some Whartons or some shit up there.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah, they got their Tim Hortons up there. I don't know what they got in Canada, but I liked it because I heard multiple people
is it all dressed? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I have no idea what you're even trying to get to right now.
I'm not. Listen, okay, we are farthest away from Canada as states. I don't know.
Like, I know poutine. That's, that's I know that.
Okay, it is all dress seasoning.
All dress seasoning?
All dress is a flavored potato chip that combines the tastes of ketchup, barbecue, sour cream, and onion and salt and vinegar.
Oh.
But I don't know if it's a Canadian link. Let me see.
Oh, that sounds like too much.
Oh, yeah. That
is.
All dressed French. I'm not even going to begin. Is a potato chip flavor popular in Canada? ? Quick Trips, not
Ew.
not Quick Trip, but KWIK trips, no dip required, all dress. Anyway, I don't know. It's a flavor up in Canada.
That sounds like you had me. Okay, barbecue. What is it? What was it? Barbecue something else.
It's
But then when you
essentially-
said sour cream and an onion and vinegar mixed together too with all that, I was like, that's too fucking
yeah, you
much.
pretty much take every flavor of
Every
of
general
the good,
flavor
of the
of
good
chips.
Lays,
Yeah.
right? Your barbecue, your sour cream and onion.
I mean,
what they say,
good Lay's,
tomato.
though? Man, Lay's is the most. That is the one thing. You know what? Sidetrack.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, because
Okay.
this is one thing that pisses me off that people will do sometimes. It's like, oh, okay, hey, we're gonna come to a party. Okay, I'll bring the chips, and they show up with a big ass bag of Lay's.
That's your wife's favorite chip, by the way.
Ugh. It is. Lay's are trash potato chips to me. They are the low. If you're ranking potato chips, Lay's is on the lowest rung of chips to me.
Let's see. I like their chili lime.
Yeah, I'm talking
You
about
just talking about as far
general,
as a chip.
just Lay's. Like you take the
Oh,
original
the classic,
flavor,
the yellow,
of any
the yellow
any
Lay's.
chip.
Yeah,
Lay's is the lowest rung to me.
I don't eat them, so I'm not gonna. But I don't eat just.
Hold on.
I don't.
Why
just
don't you eat them, Neal? Because they're trash. That's why.
I just don't eat regular potato chip. Like if it's just salt potato chips, I don't eat that. I don't eat those. I never go for just Lay's Yellow Classic
You know
or
why?
any
Hold on.
classic.
You know why, Neal? Because they're
Because
fucking
deep down
terrible.
inside,
No.
I'm really.
Here's the thing: you
Huh?
go to a restaurant and they give you homemade, fresh cut, salted potato chips. You're gonna fucking eat
I'll
them,
eat those. Yeah,
and they're good,
Yeah.
aren't they?
yeah.
Lay's is the same thing, only it's terrible. Trash potato chips, Neal.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry. I just had to go
Okay.
off on that rant because it pisses me off when people say, "Oh, I'll bring the chips," and they show up with Lay's. I immediately,
Okay.
it's fuck you.
So out of the things that you hate, I know the is it top 3 in no particular order: watermelon, ranch, and Lay's potato chips. Probably ranch, Lay's potato chips, watermelon. Would that be the order?
Hold on. Here's the thing. I don't hate watermelon. I just don't like watermelon. I will say that I have an extreme
thing.
dislike
Same thing.
for ranch.
Same thing.
And I have
No.
a dislike for Lay's.
No, that's a lie.
I will eat
That's a
Lay's
lie.
if I absolutely-
You have said I hate ranch. Like you have put
Okay.
you have hate. You've put in the extra H's in it. You have said I hate ranch.
Okay. Yes.
Whoops.
Don't throw your phone, Neal. I know I throw stuff whenever I get angry. But yes, okay, fine. I hate ranch. I
hate ranch. Now I will defend you. You never said I hate watermelon. You're just like I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really
Yes.
like it. But this classic Lay's potato chip thing is new. I've never known this about you.
When have you ever seen me eat a bag of Lay's and not just
When
be like,
have you seen me ever eat them? Like, but I don't have this disdain. Like I'll eat them. Like like if somebody's providing you a lunch and you get a Jimmy John's and some classic, like I'm gonna eat them. But I'm not. I'm gonna be disappointed because they're not flavored.
I have gotten to the point now, like, okay, there's a place out in South Lake that I really like going to, a deli place called Weinberger's. Really good sandwich spot. But every time I get a sandwich, they always give me a fucking bag of Lay's with it, and I'm always just like, ugh. And
You don't get to pick your chips.
If you can, I always forget to, and I never say anything. And so every time I end up with this bag of Lay's, and I'm so just done, I just throw the fucking bag away. I don't even eat the fucking Lay's. I can't stand them.
What is because like we know that the classic Lay's is the stereotype for white people. White people chips. What's the black one? What black stereotype chip is it? Would it be
Ruffles.
the sour cream and onion? Or not sour cream and onion, the cheddar and sour cream.
So if they're actually putting some thought into it,
Yeah.
they'll probably show up with sour cream and onion or the cheddar. But if they're just
Right.
like, I had to run by the store real quick and grab something, they're just going
the
to grab
Ruffles,
a
just the
plain bag of Ruffles.
Yeah. Hey, those flaming hot cheddar and sour cream LeBron chips,
Really?
pretty fire. Pretty fire.
Anyway, now
Anyway,
back to the song.
okay. This is your fault. This is your fault.
Sorry.
We started with all. I was trying to make a joke about how Kendrick was seasoning Drake up with some all dressing.
Yes.
All dressed. Is that what I said it was?
all dress seasoning.
That's the weirdest shit. They said, you know what? Let's break the white stereotype and just put all the flavors in there.
Ugh,
That's too much. That's
Way
too much.
too much.
Simplicity.
Yeah, now
anyway, so Drake.
I love the show. Do you know he
Yeah.
also has like 3 #1 songs now? Because after that show, within a week after that show, 3 of his songs shot back to like #1.
We had the
Or
argument.
he had the top 3
We
songs.
had the argument before. I said, "Can you pass on the Super Bowl?" And you said, "Yeah, because it costs money." But then I said, "Well, you can't get that publicity." We didn't think Kendrick was going to do it, but he did it. So let's back up. Let's back up. So, nutshell, this is what I know of it. Kendrick, Drake were okay back in the day ish. They did. No, I'm going back, right?
Okay.
They weren't at each other.
Yeah.
But then Drake kind of started saying stuff, and then Kendrick said okay, and then for some reason I remember Drake said okay, Pusha T, and then he went to Pusha T, started shit with him, and then Pusha T said, "You got a kid that nobody knows about, and I'm about to expose you." And then I feel like then Drake kind of went back over to
Doing Drake things.
And then I don't remember the song, but wasn't it him and J. Cole that kind of were like, "We're the best," and Kendrick said, "Fuck you, I'm gonna show you."
So here's technically what happened. So they were kind of cool, but apparently, according to Kendrick, if you listen to some of his songs, he's never really liked Drake.
Okay,
Never really liked him.
they were okay. They never really were okay.
They were
but
never out in
they
the
were
open
not
with it.
enemies.
Yes,
They were
yeah.
not going at each other's.
They were
throats
not out
yet.
in the
Right.
open about their dislike.
Yeah.
But Kendrick has always said kind of like, I want to say, he's always, even in his songs, have been like, I'm the best. I will battle anybody at any point to prove that I am the best. Who wants it? And then Drake and J. Cole, they did the song and they said, hey, we are the big 3. It's Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake. And like, we are the biggest 3 rappers right now or whatever.
Right.
And so
But
Kendrick came back and he was like, nah, fuck that. He's like, there's no big 3. It's me. I am the best, period. Fuck all y'all.
And then J. Cole, I think immediately after Kendrick was like, "Shut your mouth, I'm the GOAT," J. Cole was like, "You know what? I'm good."
No.
No? It was more?
It's funnier than that.
Okay. And this was 2-3 years ago, right? That we're talking about when that happened, right?
This has
been
like,
a minute.
No, this started at the end of like 2023. I think the song came out, and then Kendrick's first song came out, and like with the song with that verse with Future came out in like early 2024.
Okay. It just seems like it's been going on for
About
7-8 years.
It's been going on for he's hated him for 7-8 years.
Right.
Going on for about a year. But so it's fun. It's even crazier that because J. Cole puts out a diss song that wasn't even that good.
I remember that.
Pulls it down,
Right.
apologizes, and then just dips out of the beef.
He
and
just
then
says,
it blew up from there.
I will say at the time, I'm kind of was like, man, you can't razzle somebody up and then just immediately back out. But now, J. Cole made the right call because
No.
No?
No.
No?
Here's like, yeah, he made the right call, but he kind of an asshole for this because it's like, okay, you and your friend are about to fight this one dude. You throw a punch at the dude, and you kind of either whiff or just kind of nick him. You go, my bad, dude. I ain't mean to do
I
that.
didn't really think we
I'm
were going
sorry.
through this.
This between y'all, goodbye, and walks like, and he leaves those two to fucking fight, and his dude's like, what the fuck? That's what happened.
Okay, let me play the other side here. I'll play the other side of it. Maybe it could have been like they were, haha, I kick you. And then Drake's like, no, we for real. And then J. Cole's like, okay, I thought we were just playing. I thought we were trying to, make faked heat. And then we both get publicity. And then he put the diss track out, which I do remember because it was it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't like he was really going after Kendrick. He made some comments, but it wasn't like Eminem and MGK. Like, that
but
was
he
different.
said, you know, he had a couple weeks, like really weak albums, and like he said a few of his albums weren't as good as his first, and he said a few other things, but then he was like, that probably wasn't the best idea.
Pulled it down.
But see, it's still, he thought it, because in Drake's mind, it's me, J. Cole, we about to go at Kendrick. And then J. Cole throws the punch, he hits him, and he's like, fuck, that didn't do much. I don't want to fight him no more, Drake. Bye, I'm sorry. And then now Drake's left and like, I'm in fight mode, like, what the fuck? And now he's swinging at Kendrick by himself, and he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, because so the big deal was there was so many big deals at that halftime show. I loved him coming out of the Grand National.
Oh my god!
Or having everybody coming out of the Grand National.
Yes.
Because like, why is that thing sitting on a block? And then I went, oh, they're coming up from the middle of it. I guess I would only assume they ain't putting that many people in the Grand National.
I don't know how they did it.
Sam Jackson playing Uncle Sam.
Yes.
Man.
Did you see the guy who got tackled by security?
Because didn't he have
it was a free Palestine, free Sudan.
I did see that one.
It was so funny enough. So apparently, it was one of the backup dancers. He's out there for like a minute and a half waving this thing, was standing on top of the Grand National doing it. Security was so confused because they didn't see anybody run out there. They didn't know if it was part of the show. They didn't know that
he was part, right.
They didn't know he's one of the dancers. So they run out there when he's on the field, tackle him, and carry his ass off. And then they took him to whatever the stadium jail was.
Yeah.
And they were trying to figure out how to charge him and couldn't charge him because technically he wasn't trespassing.
Yeah, what it was just the sign that they had the problem with, and they didn't want.
They didn't know what they thought he was.
They thought it was a streak, or not a streaker.
They thought somebody
ran from the stand.
They didn't know what was going on, but it was actually one of the dancers who was credentialed, who was supposed to be there, just said fluck it to the rest of the show and started doing that. Now, where that dude work again, I don't know, but I thought it was hilarious. They did all that and they couldn't do anything to that guy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
because think about it.
You got to let him go, right? Because it was like Kendrick Lamar, and it was his crew, and
well, they let him go when they realized that he was supposed to be there. He had all the right to be there. They just didn't like what he was doing, and they didn't know if it was part of the show or not.
He did run. I get. Okay, let me.
Because he saw security coming after his ass.
I understand why he ran.
It's like if I'm standing there and I see two cops running at me, it was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to just stand there and get tackled? Like, what the shit?
I don't know. Like, I get it. But I don't get it because I'm like, man, if I cause a scene during the show, I fuck up the whole show. Luckily, it didn't. I didn't even know that was a thing until afterwards.
Yeah, so apparently it never really caught on camera.
Right,
people everybody in the stadium saw
that
it.
cameraman that was following Kendrick. Props to that dude.
Yes,
because I saw a video of they had an aerial view of him. I'm like, this dude is hitting every mark. Yes. And I'm like, I don't think this is as good of a show if the cameras would have been all jacked up.
The cinematography of the whole show was fucking great. This is what I don't understand people trying to shit on the show. Is like, this dude played it for the people on TV, and that was an amazing show for the people who watched it on TV.
And it just, like, the
camera work was amazing.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to, this is not a diss, but like, it felt like a show for a football game. Like, it was quick. And I know a lot of other people have done it too, but like, it just had a I don't know, Friday night like halftime show feel, but on a massive stage. Yes. And of course, way better than what a marching band would put on. But I'm like, that's what you want because it's there. It's not a concert, it's a show.
Oh yes. Though I did find it hilarious that people were screaming about the lack of white people in the show. That was so funny.
Why?
I don't know.
Who cares?
It was now best part of the show though, I would say, was fucking Serena Williams, Crip walking. They're not like us. Like, like Crip walking on international TV to your ex's diss song.
So
it's wild to me.
I don't remember. Like, I remember Drake was into her.
No, they dated for a while.
Did they date?
Yeah.
Because I remember there was something I read about he was creeping on her for a while, and it kind of got awkward, and she was kind of like, you need go that way, and I'm gonna go this way.
Well, I think they dated for a while, and then I think the breakup was not that good.
Right.
And then apparently in one of his songs, he had said some stuff about her now. I think her now white husband.
Right.
And so I think he
right.
called him like a groupie or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, but so I've seen a few articles and heard some people talking about having a problem with, like, okay, you're married to Serena Williams, but then your wife goes on to this big rapper show to dance on a song that's dissing her ex. And I
Right.
heard dudes be like having a problem with that or whatever. And I was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because one, nobody really cares or says too much when Drake, because Drake's a petty motherfucker. He'll talk about people in his songs all the goddamn time.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So why is it not everybody knows Drake's petty as shit, but it's a problem when Serena comes and does some super petty shit?
Who was saying it was a problem? Were people saying it was a problem that she was there?
Yes, because people are like, why are you out here? You clearly not over Drake if you out here dancing to his diss song in front of everybody and stuff like that. Me as a husband, I wouldn't let him. I was like, go fuck yourself.
Serena Williams, last time I checked, she's not a rapper, right?
No.
Right. She played tennis?
I believe
Okay,
so.
okay.
That's what I've heard.
So the thing about that is Drake said something on a track about her.
Mhm.
If I'm getting this correct.
This is correct.
Okay. So then she as a tennis player? Tennis player. that she doesn't really have that same I can't get back at you.
Yeah.
So
She can't put out a
yeah.
song coming back at Drake. She's
Right.
not going to just drop bars dissing Drake.
Yeah.
That's not what she does.
So what do? I don't know. 120 something million people watching you.
Yes.
You get out there and crip walk on 'em.
Yes. She was
Yeah.
out here dancing on your motherfucking grave.
Like that was kind of everything up, and then you see her. It's like, well, that's it. Like that was lights out, game over, we're done.
And then it's played all over the world, and this motherfucker looks right at the camera. Is like, say Drake, I heard you like him young. Like, and it's seen all around the world. Like, people, you're calling this motherfucker a pedophile around the world on live TV.
Now, I prophesized this years ago. Remember?
You did. You have been calling this for a while.
I have been calling this for a while. Whenever I saw those harmless air quote pics of him hugging girls that are half of his age that are
Yes.
not 18 yet, even if they are 18 and you're holding a girl like that, that's
Bro,
still
you 35.
creepy.
Why you hugged up on this 19-year-old girl like that, bro?
I've been trying to say, and I've been calling it, and everybody's like, no. And then now Kendrick Lamar comes out and says it. Now everybody wants to believe him that he's a pedo. But I say it, nobody wants to listen to me. I wonder why. But I remember the day I started kind of falling out of
The Drake
interest. No, just like in general interest of Drake's music. It was actually how many birthdays ago? 3, 4. Is whenever Sandy and I were trying to do that joint birthday that we had, and we listened to the whatever his latest album was at that time.
I know exactly that. I did not like it all that much.
We both. I was like Sandy, this sounded like an elevator track straight through. Is all I heard was just elevator music. And she's like, yeah, I kind of have to agree. This wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just went, well, I'm done. I mean, we got the early library, but then now I'm just like, I can't get caught listening to Drake after what happened at the Super Bowl.
Man, I don't know. I always felt like Drake was good, but not great, because I never really just listened to Drake like that. Now, he had some songs. He had some hits.
He had
hits,
some.
and he can rap, but I was like, I don't know. There are some songs that he had that I'm just like, this is not that great of a song to me, and I don't understand why everybody's loving it. Like, what is it? Hotline Bling. I love when my hotline bling. And I was like, I'm that song was everywhere. People were playing. I was like, I never understood what was so great about that song.
I just always felt like Drake and Kendrick are two different artists. Like what Kendrick's style and Drake's style are not even kind of close. Like Drake is that dance party kind of, well, let's get, the chill going.
He is a rapper He is a male rapper that raps for women, I feel like. Because
Yeah.
if you listen to a lot of his bars, it's like his relationships, how much he loves you so much, what he would do for you. And then like it's like he's a rapper, but he is a good rapper that makes very palatable songs for it. Because if you listen to
Right.
a lot of like DMX, everybody would agree DMX is a great rap, but he's not like, you don't see a ton of female DMX super fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to see
Yeah.
more. I feel like there's more female Drake super fans than there are male Drake super fans.
I think that's a good point because
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I feel like that is the big difference between their music.
yeah, I mean,
And why I feel like a lot of dudes in the industry are like, all right, bro. And on top of that, I heard there were rumors that he was always trying to fuck everybody's girl. So that'll piss a lot of dudes off.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you can't keep having shit pop up all the time about you being a creep, being weird, being this, being that, and then it not stick.
Yeah.
And then there's pictures of you on the internet that's creepy, bro. They're creepy. Neal,
Yes.
they're creepy. Okay?
Okay,
Neal,
hold on.
Neal, weird shit.
Okay, speaking of weird shit, all right, we got to
Okay.
stay on football.
Oh,
I showed you this video
Oh,
of
man.
Ocho Cinco on
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yes.
So for those of you who don't know, there Chad Ochocinco, former Bengal Ring of Honor guy.
Is he back to Chad Johnson now?
I think
did
he still
switch-
goes by Ochocinco.
He still goes by Ocho Cinco, but I think he anyway. We know who you're talking about.
Chad
Chad
yes.
Johnson.
He
Chad
was on
Johnson,
the Stephen
Ocho
A.
Cinco.
Smith show, and he was talking about. He's just full of weird ass stories. One, he starts off by talking about how he used to heal up his energies by soaking his injuries in other people's piss.
Yep, I do remember
Like
that.
if he would
I
like
do
have an
remember that
ankle issue, he would literally go around asking his teammates to piss
Pee
in a bucket, and he would soak his foot in that piss.
one. You know
Soak your foot in piss, Neal.
Chad. Sometimes I'll listen to Ocho Cinco and I'm like, man, that guy's got some wisdom. Like he said he'll say.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know where you're going. I love
You
it.
do?
Yes, I love this.
Okay,
Keep going. Keep going.
It's his first date analogy or his first date mindset is like I'm gonna take a girl to McDonald's the first time, and if you can't appreciate the fact that I took you somewhere and that we can just have a good conversation, you don't deserve all the extra stuff. But then you show me shit like what you showed me before we started the show. You go ahead. Just tell him.
So
Tell him about
after
it.
the whole piss story, he talks about the early days of him, having sex, losing his virginity, and then he's going on. He's like going in there with this woman, and she tells him to go deeper, and he's just like, and he said that just crushed his soul because he said he was all the way in.
He
He
didn't
ain't
have
have
no
enough pee
penis.
pee. He ain't have enough pee pee in his own words. And so he said he started to train and got into amateur porn to work his craft to get better. So he's like, and then not only did he do amateur porn, he went and got himself surgically enhanced. He said he went and got dick surgery. He's like, oh yeah, I went and got it enhanced since then. So now it's even better. It's like,
Well, and I don't know how I saw it, but it's like he brought up a point,
okay.
which was good.
Okay,
It was
I
a
was
good
about to say,
point.
what did you see, Neal? I didn't see. I was like,
Oh, no,
you said
I've seen it.
I talk about his dick surgery. I was like, no, I don't know how I saw it. I was like, Neal, where does this go?
Yeah, because when you sent me that video of the people that were shattering their legs and getting the leg extensions,
Oh yes.
somehow I came across the penis extension one. There is no fucking way in hell I'm ever getting that surgery.
Wait, hold on. Okay. All right.
So-
you have to show me.
Oh,
Or not show me, or tell-
I'll just tell you. I'm
yeah.
not going to show you.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. But they go in and kind of break. I don't know. They break some cartilage or something, and they put these rods with like these springs in it. It looked
Wait, they give you a spring-loaded dick?
I'm pretty sure it was like, let's
So
look up. Penis
can you like cock it like a shotgun? Like when you're ready to get it up, you just pop out and it's just immediately just hard, or like you just
Dude, I don't know.
you just racking nuts as you go or something like that. Pop out, boom.
Let's
Does
see.
it scatter? Do they rifle it too? So that way it comes out and it kind of doesn't spray. It just kind of hits its mark.
I think it. So there's different types. All right. So you can have suspensory ligament release. This involves cutting the ligament that attaches the penis to the pubic bone, allowing it to hang lower. That's one.
Okay.
You can have fat grafting, which is just fat cells and stuff. Skin grafting, and then prosthetic implantation. A silicone or inflatable implant can be inserted into the penis to increase girth. Of course, there's risks and complications of infection, bleeding, nerve damage, loss of sensation, and cosmetic See, that's what I'm saying. As soon as we're going to go in, we're going to cut it, and we're going to put some. I'm immediately out, and then you're like, you could lose all feeling in your dick whatsoever. And so I don't know what he did. I'm hoping he's trolling. I'm hoping.
Who knows? I mean, you would think he was trolling about the piss and foot story, but then you ask other players like, yeah, this weird motherfucker came to me after I came out the shower asking me to piss in the bucket, and they're like, I've been here 2 weeks and this motherfucker's asking me to piss in a bucket for him. I was like, you hear people confirm these stories. You're
He's like, no, it's not for a piss test. I'm gonna put my foot in it.
Dude, I couldn't. What do you do if your locker is next to him and here's his locker, and he's sitting next to you with his foot in a bucket of piss. Now your whole area smells like straight up piss.
He's probably going
warm
around
piss,
taking
Neal.
that bucket and holding it. Hey man, you just got
say
out of the shower pissing.
5 NFL players worth of warm piss sitting in a bucket next to your locker, Neal.
Well, I mean, Amari Stoudemire used to take wine baths. I don't know. Piss in a bucket's less expensive than bathing in wine.
This is true.
So you should just sit in the bathtub and pee in it.
Well, let me ask you this, Neal, because now, don't ask me how I know this. I know a person who has actually been through this. So you're talking about the whole penis surgery.
Uh-huh.
How would you feel if at some point you get to the point where it's like you have to start putting injections in your dick to have sex?
That's a thing?
That is a thing, Neal. So met this person a while back. Got talking about random shit. Viagra does not work for them. And I was like, oh, Viagra, Cialis cannot make it work. So the doctors, they were like, all right, here's this. They gave him, this whole pouch full of stuff. He's got to take a couple cc's in there, literally like get his stuff, inject it. When you're about to get ready to do something, inject it, give it like a minute or two, boom, now you're ready to go and do what you do. But it's like you got to shoot it up like steroids anytime you want to fuck, Neal.
So how was the sex? Was it good?
Yeah, it was still good.
Okay,
They said it was good. But
it wasn't you.
No, it was not me.
Okay.
It was not me. I know it was not me. I don't want to give this person up, but yes,
I mean,
you got to.
If I still can feel everything, then you got to do what you got to do.
Just you're like you're fucking like you're on roids, just like.
Yeah, I guess so. Luckily though, you just get mine a little just boop boop, and it's up. Hey, it don't take much. So, I took Viagra once, and I'm like, I don't nothing. It's the same. It's just at attention all the time, no matter what. So thank God. Whew. Nothing a mouth can't fix. You know what I'm saying? Just get it up.
Yeah.
Get it up.
But I mean, what if the mouth can't even fix it? You're like, all right,
that sucks.
That
sucks. Like I've heard. So one of my exes, she had a friend that no lubrication. Like it just was dry, and she always had to, like, no matter if she was into it or not.
He was like, hold up.
Yep.
I'm going to get it ready.
That's gotta be rough too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It just,
oh shit.
Nope. Need some chapstick.
Not the most convenient of things to have happen.
No. But no, I think back to what we were saying. I think Drake's probably done right because you can't even if
He's got another song out right now. Yeah, he's got a song out right now, and I think I think in the song he makes a reference to everything about the beef. I think he says it's over or something like that, but I can't remember.
So he was
I didn't
he
really
was
listen to the
hanging
song.
on to it because he knew after the Super Bowl he's gonna have to have
You
something.
know, he had those lawsuits, right? Did you not hear about the
I
lawsuits?
don't remember about the lawsuits.
So one, he sued. I think it was either distribution company or the label, basically saying that they were doing these like falsely like manufacturing streams for Not Like Us to try to make it a bigger song than what it was, and they said they did this in order to push Drake's name fame down.
Yeah.
So they could, because I think he was about to renegotiate for like a new record deal. And so they were trying to basically sabotage him by pushing up that not Like Us in order to put him in a weaker bargaining position for his new deal. Then he turned around, I think he turned around and sued for like the label for defamation or something like that.
Yeah, he said it was okay. There was defamation of character or
Yeah,
something.
so he went through like two. It was a discovery order for that, and then he sued for defamation, and then
'Cause that was the
in
thing,
the middle
too.
of this fight, like right after they
Yeah.
filed, that's when the Super Bowl happened.
And
Kendrick.
that was why Kendrick did he kept starting Not Like Us and then
Because people were wondering if he was going to do it with the whole lawsuit pending and all that kind of stuff, and he said, "Fuck you."
As soon as he kept teasing it, it was like he's gonna do it.
Oh, absolutely,
He's gonna do it.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't help Drake too that Not Like Us is a banger. Like
Yeah.
it's just a great song. Like even if you didn't know about that part, you'd be like, yeah, that's still a
damn
great
good.
song. Yeah.
I mean, shit. There's been a few really great diss songs that are just great songs. Like hell, Dre Day was a really good song. That's a diss song. Ether, I feel like was still a good song. That one song Jay-Z had, I can't remember, against Nas, was really good by itself.
He's got a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
and it showed at the big show. Actually, I don't think we can say SB. No. I think
don't
that's
know. They're weird
copyrighted.
about
The
Super
big
Bowl.
game.
Yeah. Well, I think you can't promote or you can't build.
I don't think you can say it at all. I think
That's
I've
fucking
heard.
dumb. You can't stop people from saying words.
Are you sure? Because I'm gonna do it.
I'll say Super Bowl.
Oh, that word.
Oh.
See, I just proved that you can't say certain words.
Oh my.
Yeah, you
Oh
can't.
my gosh.
I really don't think because I remembered, if I remember correctly, it was when Two Bears was doing their Super Bowl. See, and they said they kept.
So they were
kept referring
promoting a Super Bowl show, but you can't use it in that way.
Oh, they were.
If you're trying to use
got
the
it.
name to make
Okay.
money or something like that, you
Okay.
have to call
Look,
it like
listen,
the big game.
I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get the algorithm to pick up our stuff, and I can't have
No lawsuits.
No lawsuits.
Yeah, but I think you can say that.
Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
let's move on.
All right.
I want to ask you what's up with your boy Bryce Mitchell, your UFC boy. I mean, you're the UFC guy on the show. You're the
look,
MMA guy on the show.
Look, fighters, great people. Some of the best guys I know are fighters. But I will, on that same token, not all fighters are the smartest guys out there.
What are you talking about? I mean, all he said.
Some people
was
say
that-
some dumb shit.
I mean, what part was it? The part that he said Hitler wasn't that bad of a guy? Is that was that it?
This was based on his own research. He said, based on his own research, that they don't teach you in school, people. I'm going to let you know. Not all the information they teach you in school.
They don't
is
teach
true.
this in school. They don't teach you the good parts
Yes.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Them.
He was burning. Yes, he was burning books. But according to Bryce Mitchell, he was burning queer books. He said that was
And those
okay.
are the ones that you burn.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why would you not?
Any education or
Yeah,
anything.
they're teaching you about queerness, and that shit's contagious, so we got to burn it. All
Yeah.
right? Can't let that catch on. If you read about it, then you're going to do it. That's just how life works.
And
All
I
right?
don't- I just don't. I don't there's shit people say that I just am like, how do you get up in the morning and walk outside and just not immediately get hit by a bus? Because what did you think was going to happen when you said this? Even if you felt it, you didn't tweet it. You went on a podcast and said that you didn't think he was that bad of a guy.
Oh, man.
Which I love.
And then he kept defending it, too, which is the wild part.
No. Listen. My research. Okay?
Oh,
It's me and this other flat earther guy that we're doing research on this, and this is a real thing, Neal. This is real.
So that's the same pool of dumb that you're dealing with.
The flat earthers and the people
that
think that
if
Nazis
you
weren't
met a
that bad.
guy who was trying to convince you that the Earth was flat, and then made some vague like Nazis also did kind of good stuff references like in the midst of that flat Earth argument, would you really be shocked?
No. Because when you try to make an argument that dumb about the Earth being flat, anything you say at that point from here on out is going to be complete bullshit to me. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. You could be correct. I'm like, I don't care.
Okay,
I don't care.
Let me ask you
I don't
this
care.
though. Okay, what about legitimate birds aren't real guy?
I've heard this one. I haven't come across anybody yet that is like, no, birds are fake or what. I don't understand.
You haven't come across an honest to goodness, like a true believer in birds aren't real guy.
Are they talking about just flying birds or just birds?
Birds. So
chicken is just, what are we eating then?
So, the birds you see flying around, the pigeons, the hawks.
They're all fake?
Yes.
So what are they? Robots?
Yeah, they're drones.
Oh.
By the government to spy on us.
Oh.
Neal, how do you not know this? Like, do you know how far drone technology has come in just the last 15 years? Like, that's just what they've let us see. These birds that have been around for a long time, like they've been working on this for a long time.
Well, the next time a drone shits on my truck, then I'm going to send the bill.
Well, there's a reason it messes up your paint because it's leakage from the battery.
Oh,
it's battery acid leakage.
It's
battery acid leakage.
Yeah.
That's why if you leave it on your car, it eats through the paint, Neal. Come on. You got to think. You got to open up your mind, man. You got to think about these things. Don't just drink the Kool-Aid the government gives you every day, bro.
I drink the Kool-Aid that I make, not the... Anyway, listen, Jim Bob, nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing and what you got going on. There's not people watching you in your single wide trailer that's sitting on cinder blocks, okay?
That's because they're not people, Neal. They're lizard people.
Oh, the ones that live under the ground.
Yes, they have come up. So here's the thing. They've been here long before us.
Right.
So they created these bird drones because they live underground. So they created the bird drones to spy on us while they live their subterranean lives and rule us from below. If you would do your research, I'll give you a couple websites after the podcast.
Okay.
I'll school you up on on these things. All right. And every night there's videos. If you got to put a couple filters on it for you to actually see, but you can see the reptilian form when you learn what the signs to look for.
Now, see, I don't know about that one, but let me tell you about something that I am into, okay? I just found out you don't need a driver's license to drive, okay? You, as a traveler, can just move around freely with no repercussion if you get into a wreck. You don't have to have insurance. You don't have to have nothing because
you're sovereign citizen, man.
You just print out this piece of paper and this fake plate, and you're fine. You won't get pulled over. Trust me. Okay, Neal? Your black ass will not get pulled over. You have nothing to worry about. Just make sure that when they come up, you reach for that paper real quick, okay?
Like
you
fast, jerky motions directed towards him?
Reach down like this and pull up and then hand it to him, and you'll be fine.
That's how you present anything to a cop. It makes them feel more comfortable around you.
Yeah, because
it puts their minds at ease.
Because if you're calm and cautious around a cop, that makes them nervous. You need to be quick and twitchy.
You need to give off that frantic energy.
I just don't need that phone. That phone just keeps
I will watch you sit here and drop it and catch it 5 times in like the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I've
tried so hard to not laugh as you're like sitting here fumbling and chuckling this goddamn thing.
All right. Don't need it anymore. I got what I needed from my phone.
Oh, damn.
Ah.
Dude.
My legs are rounding out more. They're getting a bit more toner, and they slide off. They're not flat anymore. So
you're developing the thunder thighs.
The thunder thighs.
So it's bouncing off when it touches it. You just kind of flex, and it just sends the phone flying.
That's what I'm trying to do. Just, all right. We're good, and we're out. Okay, so we are about to go watch this new Captain America movie.
Yes, we are. Well, why do you say it like that, Neal?
Because I've been reading shit on it. I've been reading articles.
I haven't read a damn thing. Neal, you can't read shit about it before you go see it.
Listen, I'm going in. I'm trying to be not non-biased, biased about it.
Non-biased.
I'm non-biased about it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to be.
No preconceptions, no nothing.
But when you see a Google News article that says not even Harrison Ford could save this movie, I don't know if I feel good about it.
I guess here's the thing. I like Anthony Mackie, so I'll go support Anthony Mackie. When I saw Harrison Ford turn into the Red Hulk in the preview, I was kind of like, where's this going?
And supposedly, Green Hulk's not in it anywhere. Like that, people have already said, he doesn't show up.
So wait. Damn it, why'd you tell me that?
We're going to have to go see.
Wait, damn it, because see, I got excited thinking we were going to see a Hulk fight.
A Hulk fight between red and green, yeah. Why would you think that?
Why would you not want, who doesn't want to see a Hulk fight?
I think that might be why one of the movies is not getting as good reviews as it should be. Yeah.
Oh, man. Why? See, I was going to go in it. I had, medium to low expectations, and now you're making me sad that I'm about to go see this movie.
No.
Why'd you ruin this for me, Neal?
No, we'll be fine.
Oh, my God.
We'll be fine. Now, I did have a thought I wanted to run by you.
Okay.
Because I was thinking about shit.
Okay.
The what ifs. Remember you told me about the Marvel what ifs, right? So, in the MCU, how they transitioned Anthony Mackie into the new Captain America.
Yeah.
Right. Anthony Mackie's not what you really picture as when you think of Captain America, right? You always think of a white Captain America. Now, I was like, could you imagine what they'd have done? Because remember, what Chadwick Boseman passed away. Right at that time, who was another big Marvel character that was in Wakanda? Is Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And I was like, man, could you imagine the bad PR press they would have got if they would have just made Bucky the new Black Panther after Chadwick Boseman died? Because you could see story-wise how they could do it, but there's one.
He'd be the White Panther or the albino Panther.
What did they call him?
The Alabaster Panther.
Yeah, that would never pass.
The Alabaster Panther. I think that would work. Bucky, he got the mechanical arm and the black and the Panther powers.
If they were ever gonna try it, that would have been the only way I could have seen that they would have ever made.
That's true colonization of Wakanda.
Oh shit!
They have colonized Wakanda.
Exactly. That would have been bad. That would have been so bad.
Bucky comes in here, and now all of a sudden you got Starbucks popping over all over Wakanda.
And you got original Lay's potato chips everywhere.
He makes the official dish of Wakanda, like raisin potato salad.
Or they just Robert Downey Jr. him. So when he goes through the initiation of becoming the next Black Panther, he
goes full Tropic Thunder.
Full Tropic Thunder.
He tans up a little bit.
I'm like, why do you look different? Why is your hair starting to curl a little bit?
Oh my God. Bucky shows up with braids and a fucking do-rag. No.
Because I was
He would-
Auntie.
No, he showed up with braids, the metal arm. Oh my God, he'd have that little lip tattoo.
Oh yeah, because they all got the seal in their
Yes.
lip. That's probably a good thing they didn't do that. That's probably.
Now, what I am excited to see that I hope they don't screw it up, even if it is bad, is because they mention adamantium in the preview. So, are they going to use this to start to introduce the X-Men?
If I remember,
Because if they talk about adamantium, then they got to talk about Wolverine, and if Wolverine's there, you got to have the X-Men.
I think that this is the movie that is this.
Well, they got to start introducing mutants at some point.
Well, they kind of already did. Namor.
I guess with Namor.
Yeah, he was the. But wasn't he always a Black Panther villain? Really, like, or his main. He's main villain to Black Panther,
Yes.
not the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this is, I don't remember correctly, but I think this is the opening phase of the new phase of the MCU where they're starting it off and X-Men are supposed to be coming.
Okay.
And then they're doing Fantastic Four for the third time.
Good God, we'll see how this fucking goes, man. The amount of trash Fantastic Four movies, like, I have zero expectation for this. Like, if it's just a regular bad movie, that's an improvement on this Fantastic Four.
You can't. You have to get them involved in the MCU somehow. You cannot not have the Fantastic Four. It just doesn't make sense.
Yes, but I mean, here's that you see him screwed it up so many times.
I know, but this movie is somehow going to combine them into the current MCU, so you can't. But then again, we thinking that this Captain America movie gonna be bullshit. So I don't know.
Man. I just think they're doing a little too much, but it's
It's been a minute.
I mean, here's the thing,
it's been a minute since we've had a Marvel movie.
But because they've been doing all the shows lately.
But
They've been doing was it fucking She-Hulk,
That was a while
Moon
ago.
Knight, Scarlet Witch.
those all came out like 2 years ago, I think.
No, they've been over the past 2 years. All of these, the Loki seasons. There's been multiple seasons of some of these shows.
They got enough people. Go do it. Do more shit. We need more.
I
movies.
feel like they should have just stuck to the movies. The shows, I feel like, delayed too much, added too much.
No, you got to beat a dead horse. You got to get as much money out of something as you possibly can, Neil. That's America. Or America.
Well, speaking of America, man, me and Sandy started watching a little throwback of a show.
Okay. Yeah, you told me a little bit. You started watching
Different
World.
Yes, because me and Sandy had this argument about. I don't know. You remember Dwayne from Different World? I don't know if you remember the guy with the glasses.
The big glasses, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried to tell her that Dwayne for a long was like the last cool black nerd for like 20 something years. So because if you think about it, think about like because you had a Different World. Dwayne she did not think so, which I thought was crazy. But Dwayne was a cool guy because he had people wearing the glasses. He got the girl. Black people wanted to be like that cool nerd Dwayne. And then the very next black nerd that was on TV after that, fucking Steve Urkel.
Wasn't it the same time?
They ran this so
ran about the same
right
time?
around the same time A Different World ended is when Family Matters was starting up. So there might have been like a year or 2 year overlap between the two. No, because like A Different World ended in like 92 and Family Matters started in like 91.
Different World was from, so 87
To like 92?
92, 93.
Yep.
But I thought Family Matters started in 88, but
Did it start at 88?
89. Okay, so Different World was first, and then
Yeah. But when it went off TV, there were no new black nerds and no cool ones because Urkel was the only black nerd on TV. Carlton showed up a little while later, but Carlton was never considered cool. He never got any girls.
No.
And so, yeah, there was no cool black nerds for like a good 30 years on TV after Dwayne. And Sandy argued with me about this, so we started rewatching A Different World.
Oh, that he was cool? Or,
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant that she was saying, no, there's been other black.
No, she
cool
argued that Dwayne wasn't cool, which I thought was fucking wild. So I had to prove a point. He started off not cool in the beginning, but by the end of the show, he was a cool dude. Because how else do you have that whole era of people wearing the dual glasses, sunglasses things, if they don't think that guy is cool? Because he was the first one to start wearing that stuff.
That was a definitely late 80s, early 90s thing. Yeah.
Popularized by Dwayne. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Dwayne.
here's what I noticed immediately. What I noticed off this show, because you remember it was a spinoff of the Cosby Show.
Right.
The daughter started going to school. First fucking thing I noticed, this girl is using a payphone, and as she's reaching for the payphone, her arms are just hairy as all hell, like super like. And think about how the definite, like the standard def was of an 80s TV show back then. And I can clearly see the hair all on her arms. Yes.
Yeah, because there wasn't no HD back then.
When was the last time you saw a female with hairy arms on TV, Neal?
Julia Roberts had them armpit hair on one. I don't remember the hairy arms, though.
Like just hairy, like you don't see none of that shit anymore.
And you shouldn't. Sorry, take care of that shit. All right?
You can't have a girl with hairy arms, Neal.
I've seen. There's this one chick video sometimes with you and us will send back and forth, and she's got the hamburger meat in their chest.
Yes.
And she grows out the armpit hair and she grows out the arm hair, and she's like, "Ladies, let it be natural." And then other women will come in and go, "Just because you can doesn't mean you should." And that's a perfect example. Listen, I don't let my armpit hair get that bad because I don't know what happened in my 30s, but shit just started, like, I guess I mutated and my hair just started growing longer, and it'll get to the point where I can just keep my arm down and just twirl it. I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not letting y'all deal with that. Why?
So you wouldn't, so if you had a girl and she had a little something going on right here, you wouldn't
Pass.
You wouldn't
Pass.
rub your face all in there and
Pass.
and make a little in the taco meat, kind of give it a little bit of
Pass.
flavor.
I will trick her and be like, "Let me lube up your chest," and then I'll squirt it with the Nair, and I'll be like, "Oops," and then just wipe it off and then get back to business. Pass.
Neal.
You can't have, like, it's like it was like her pube hair just moved up to the top center of her chest.
So let me ask you this then. So you saying we shouldn't go back to like 70s, 80s Bush days now?
Some dude, like, I don't like. I'm not one of them guys, you know. I don't like hair. I don't like hair in my food. Okay?
You don't like hair in your food?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so okay. Do you just need to just scorched earth, just mow the grass, or you just kind of like you're not just like let it all grow wild and shit and let it all frolic?
Nope. Nope. That's not for me. I don't like anything in my food that's not supposed to be there. Hair is not supposed to be in that. Okay. And like, I have decently hairy arms. You can't have more muscle than me, and you can't have more body hair than me.
Okay.
We're not.
Okay. So
No.
those well, I feel like you're being very closed-minded, Neal.
Yeah. Call it whatever the fuck you want. Okay. I am a man who deserves to get to make his own preferences in the women that he dates, and I will not be gaslit and told me that I have to love a 350-pound hairy woman.
Everybody needs love,
Yep,
Neal.
they do. Just not from me.
Neal, you won't even give it a chance, Neal. You never
No.
know. They could be your soulmate, Neal.
No. 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 And no. No.
You won't even open yourself up to love, Neal.
No.
The possibility of that you might find your person. So you're just gonna shut off that whole spectrum of love to you. Just gonna close your heart off, Neal.
If that was what was the option, I'm still in the search for my person, apparently, because that's not it. That's not it. Nope. Nope.
Just saying, what if you found joy in having to lift up the folds to scrub your bedridden, 400, 500-pound person?
That's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in this week to the Neal and Neal podcast. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe and go tell your friends about it.